Hi, and welcome back to Food Farms and Chefs. I'm very excited to introduce all of you to Kevin Baxter, who is the founder of a festival that has been ongoing. It's a big deal. Um, he's the founder of the Big Dill Festival, which is happening at Xfinity Live on June 15th. So, Kevin, welcome to Food Farms and Chefs.
Hey, yes, thrilled to be here. We're the Big Dill, the world's largest pickle party. So we have all the elements of a festival, but we're also an entertainment and immersive experience where you can jump into what we consider pickle world.
Of course. And I
Yeah,
know that there's a lot of people who love pickles out there. Actually, we have several pickle purveyors, we'll say,
yeah,
in the city of Philadelphia. I'm sure you know of them on your own. But the Fishtown Pickle Project is one of them.
yeah,
I saw you start to say.
yeah. Nikki, we were just on Preston and Steve, and Nikki was on there with us. But yeah, we're actually in the midst of a pickle revolution, which kind of started in 2018. It's almost like craft beers, and now you have all these artisan pickle makers, and they make all different types of flavors, crazy flavors, wasabi, Bloody Mary pickles, even like everything bagel. And the joy of coming to our festival, besides everything else, dressing like a pickle, having fun, is getting to sample all these amazing artisan flavors and leaving there being like, I never knew I could try like 100 different types of pickles, but I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So just out of curiosity, because we'll delve into the actual festival itself in a little bit. But
absolutely.
how did you get into this? Because I know that you founded this, I think in 2019 is what
Right.
researched. And but what started you, as you said, the revolution started in 2018, I think you said. And but like what started you into the culinary industry, into forming this festival?
Sure. That's a great question. So I've had two loves in the last 10 years, which is digital and branding, marketing. So we have an agency, but I've done events probably 20, 25 years of my life, all different types of events, including culinary events, food festivals. We used to, a lot of people do like a sampling thing where you come, you buy a ticket and you come and sample. We had tried out events like that, but really wanted to go in a different direction. And that's kind of how I looked at like if you go to a Phillies game where you go to an Eagles game, everything's a la carte. You're there
Yeah.
to be entertained. And that worked out a lot better because what we found is when you were buying tickets to like a sample fest, you had this vision in your head. I'm going to go eat 15 cheesesteaks. And it never really came true. So
No.
you were like kind of disappointed. What we promise is you're going to have the best day ever. You're going to have the best day in entertainment with all of our stuff. You're going to try all this, sample all these pickles. But we also have a lot of other food trucks and culinary people and taste around the town. And you
Mm.
can go and if you want to sample all that stuff, go ahead, and we have everything from the wild. Somebody's doing a pickle cannoli, pickle donuts, pickle mac and cheese, pickle pizza. But we also have your traditional sweets and treats and your carnival type things. If you're not a pickle fan, which some people come pickle fan, which some people come.
Yeah. I know the Van Wellen ice cream brand, they had made a pickle ice cream at some point in time.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that went over well or not because ice cream and pickles, unless if you're pregnant, I'm not sure that there's like that much of like draw other than curiosity. But I've also seen things where people have taken pickles, whole pickles and made a sandwich out of it, like the pickle cut in half and then fill it with different things. um I know that one of my friends families, I kind of had
Yeah.
took on that role as well, because they take little rye breads and spread it with cream cheese and put a dill pickle slice on top of it. It's so easy and so simple, but it tastes fantastic.
It's
So
chef's kiss. And one of our favorite items is a dill pickle grilled cheese, which really goes well together. And when you were talking about the ice cream, certainly there's some curiosity to it. But if you do like a sweet and savory with peanut butter, vanilla, a little bit of pickle flavor, and
mhm.
some, peanut drizzle or some caramel drizzle, can be actually pretty good.
Yeah. And I mean, Lucky's Last Chance, which is a Philadelphia restaurant that has two locations. They've won several on several occasions they've won the Burger Brawl, but they won the last time that they won the Burger Brawl, I think they won it utilizing pickles. You know, they have a pickle like burger, and it every year they're so good at putting ingredients together, and I'm sure that there's a lot of other vendors that have those amazing flavor combinations that you wouldn't have, naturally been inclined to think of.
Yeah, I mean, I think what makes pickles amazing is the combos. Not only do you have the brine, so you can do pickle martinis, you can do all different types of pickle drinks. But like I said, you can make a mac and cheese, pickle
Yeah.
mac and cheese, and it can be delicious. You can do a grilled cheese with pickles, it can be delicious. Obviously, everybody knows they're a great complement to burgers, hot dogs, a Chicago hot dog. So you get all these different flavors that you can really infuse with the pickle, in addition to what we talked about, where people can make all different types as well.
Yeah. And French fries too. Like if you
Yeah.
squeeze the pickle juice on top of French fries, there's something about like that acidity, like, and the brine that it, combines with the salty fries that are, just perfectly crisp, but it just tastes really good.
It kind of
Um,
it cuts a little bit sometimes. Like people do these pickle fries where they do shreddies. So it's almost like shredded pickles on the
ooh,
top with like a sauce, and then you have your crisp fries below.
yeah.
Huge fan favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's delve into a little bit more about the event itself. You had mentioned that people can like get samples, but there's also going to be food trucks there. Now, is this a pay as you go food truck situation, or is this like the ticket price gets you into the event and then everything's kind of go at it?
No, no. Like I said, we are a la carte for all the food items there.
Okay.
What you're getting when you come, you do get unlimited pickle sampling, but you're going to get a production like you've never seen at a festival. We have
Yeah.
characters, we have mascots, we have flash mobs. You really become part of this show, this pickle world. So that's really what people are coming. People have gotten engaged there. We've had full family trips. People are coming here, and we've also last year we sold tickets in every state.
Oh,
So
wow.
we were in Maryland. We took over 3 hotels, and people came down. They came dressed as pickles. They were tailgating. We do a live show, like a game day show at the event. So you get a little both. And then if you choose to what you want to buy, and obviously people leave with truckfuls of pickles by the end, um, you're free to do that.
Yeah. And that's the key thing to mention too, is that it has gotten so big that like everyone across the US actually wants to go. I'm sure like at some point in time you're probably going to get Europeans who fly in from
Already
different.
had it. Already had it.
See, there you go. Now, you also, I think, have an eating competition for eaters as well. Is that something that they have to sign up beforehand, or can they just arrive, show up, and start, competing?
We've done it basically where people could sign up there at the events in the past, but this year we may do a sign up for beforehand. So we
Mm.
do 2 contests. We do a brine chug challenge. How much
Oof.
brine, 32 ounces, can you chug? And the winner obviously gets a prize and whatnot. People love that. That's probably our most popular event. We're going to do some prelims for that. And then there's the World Pickle Eating Championship. How many pickles can you eat?
Hmm.
We've actually had professional eaters down in Maryland join us. So that's an awesome event as well. Again, self-explanatory. How many pickles can you eat? One year, we did a hot pickle eating challenge, which kind of turned interesting. So
Yeah, because hot pickles, like especially with whoever you get the hot pickles from, those can get
yeah,
quite spicy.
it was a spicy day for all.
Yeah. And I know that you also have like a live DJ and I think a pickle rave I saw on
Do a
there.
pickle rave. We have bands. We have the mummers. Anything. Nothing is too crazy for us. Each year, we're always like, yeah, can we get bumper cars? Can we get a rock climbing wall? I grew up almost like when you go to like a state fair or something. We really wanted to create an experience, unlike almost like some of these stroller festivals. We wanted you to come here, get there at 11 a.m. if you're an early bird or VIP, leave at 7 and feel like, wow, I just literally had our moniker, the best day ever.
Yeah.
I got a t-shirt at the rave. I did this, I did that. I climbed that rock climbed. And we're really excited, to know that that's the kind of day that we're going to provide.
Yeah. And so what else are they going to be, walking into, and what should they expect? And for that matter, it's at Xfinity Live. So do you have, ride share discounts or, parking? Like there's ample parking. So just
Free
for
parking.
anybody.
Free parking. The Phillies are away. They're down in Baltimore, which is actually our festival in September.
Okay.
But yes, so it's free parking, makes it super easy. As you know, that area down there,
Yeah.
very easy to get to, many different outlets. You do have the ride share as well that can drop you off right there. And what they're walking into, like I said, is this world where you're gonna have IG experiences. You're gonna have, photo booth experiences. You're gonna dance with the mascots that come from all over the country. The Portland Pickles are out in Portland. We fly them in. You're going to be at a pickle rave that you never even thought existed there. You're going to be perhaps on a live show. You're going to just get to do all either carnival games.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to go and be a part of something. And we really look at this as far as like escapism. This is something you circle on your calendar. You get your pickle costume ready. You get your pickle earrings, and you say to yourself, "I'm getting my group together, and we're going out to the big deal." And we're
Yeah.
really excited about it. And it's a great way to kick off summer in Philadelphia.
Do you by any chance, because if people are dressing up for this, that it's pickle themed and you can find anything on the internet, do you have like a costume contest?
We do. We actually do have a costume contest, and we have a pickle costume partner. So we're finalizing that, but we're going to give anybody. We're going to try to break the record at this big deal of the most amount of people dressed up as pickles in one space.
Oh wow. I wonder how do you keep track of that?
Well, I think if we have over 100, we'll probably that we couldn't.
That would probably work.
Yeah, it probably sufficed for the record break.
I will say, and I mean, this might be like outside the box right now for food farms and chefs, but I will notate that if you're gonna try to break the record, you do have to have a representative from the World Guinness or the Book of whatever Book
Yes,
of Guinness World Records. There we go. Way for me to trip on that live air. Representative there to document that it happened, and I think you have to have some sort of secondary person that can vouch for them. So just FYI, in case if you need to plan.
100%. And I
Yeah.
think too, because obviously the podcast is, what we really love is the local vendors. So
Yeah.
when we came to Philly, we started hitting up people that we knew they're 5-star ratings. They create amazing, the Philly food scene is amazing. And we would go to them and start conversations. Like I said, the cannoli person, cannoli world. My first question is, do you want to make the world's first pickle cannoli? And it's just amazing to hear his response. Absolutely. And then going through there. So that's really what's exciting. It's a great PR moment.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
be able to highlight coming up to the festival. But then there is those people, like you said. Is that good? What is that going to taste like? I don't know, but I got to get it just to
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, of course. And and then there's the staples where you know that it's gonna taste good because it's tried and true. Like the fried, like if there's fried pickle slices, that's a commonplace thing for people to offer. Um, Creating egg rolls or cheesesteak egg rolls and incorporating pickles. I maybe make a pickle dip of some sort.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have pickle egg rolls,
Okay.
absolute fan favorite. And we bring down Pickle Me Pete, who makes the best fried pickles. They're skewered and they
Mhm.
wrap around a stick. And each of them are like little pillows, pillows
Yeah.
of joy. So they are so good. He has different dipping sauces with them as well.
Now, are there different tiers of people who, are wanting to purchase tickets and attend this? Are there different tiers and are tickets still available?
Yes, absolutely. So we have all different tiers, whatever your pickle adventure wants to be. So we have VIP, early entry, and then we have premium and standard admission.
Hmm.
VIP is almost sold out, but we still have other tickets available at bigdill.com.
Okay. So just out of curiosity, we'll go the highest tier and the lowest tier. So what would people get if they, got one of the last few tickets for the VIP?
So the VIP, you're getting a full experience. You have a private party in 1100 Social. You get a catered pickle brunch. You have an endless mimosa and Bloody Mary bar for 2 hours. You have the terrace. You have private bathrooms, and you get all that. You get the pickle tumbler, which people
Mm.
have been going crazy. So we took the Stanley and we made it a pickle version.
Oh,
Uh,
that is a good tumbler.
yes, and you're getting a bunch of other swag items and whatnot, and a private entrance as well. So
That's
that's how you would that's where you would start your say, and complete red carpet to begin, with photographers taking your picture and everything.
no, I mean, that's the full nine.
Yeah.
So, and then what if somebody wants to just, attend, like have like a short, like in and out kind of situation?
Yeah, we have, like I said, standard is 24.99 and gets you access to everything. You're getting the unlimited sampling. You're not getting swag items, but you're getting it at one, and you're getting the pickle rave. You're getting all of the entertainment. You're getting, and Xfinity Live is almost like an adult, or this is family friendly, but like a playground.
Yeah,
You're able to walk around and enjoy every aspect, and have a good day.
which is perfect.
Yeah.
Now, do you know if Xfinity Live is running specials in conjunction to the Pickle Fest?
I don't know if they're going to run specials, but obviously we'll have a bunch of pickle themed drinks and whatnot. So that'll be on like a specialty menu. So you can get everything from pickle backs, pickle Bloody Mary, pickle margarita, which is amazing. And we're also going to have pickle crushes, which appropriate for as summer kicks off.
So what's a pickle crush?
So a pickle crush is just like an orange crush, but you're using a little pickle brine instead of the orange juice.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure the martinis that you pour, because I'm absolutely certain that you'll have martinis available as well.
Yeah.
To make it dirty, maybe you're probably going to use the pickle brine too in that.
No, it's a pickle teeny, uh,
Yeah.
but absolutely delicious as well. You can't go wrong with the pickle drinks. Pickle juice and pickle brine by itself goes perfectly, as a complement to alcohol.
Yeah. Now, do you have any kid-friendly beverages that are going to be geared
Yeah,
towards the Pickle Fest?
absolutely. Obviously, we're gonna have juices and waters and anything. We call them our little gherkins. We always have a kids ticket. It's 17.99. They're dancing with mascots. They're having the time of their life. So, certainly family friendly. You can bring them. Family friendly. You can.
I'm sure. Now, again, where can people find you online and in person? Well, actually, just online or for this particular occasion, and also, maybe plug again the fact that you have another one coming up in
Yeah, so it's
September.
June 15th, Xfinity Live. It's the first stop on our Pickle Era Tour. And then we're heading to Maryland, September 21st, and we're heading to Dallas in November. But the first stop and the first kickoff had to be our hometown back in Philly. The response has been unbelievable, and we are ready to paint Philly green as we bring the pickle spirit to Philly.
Perfect. All right. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for joining us on Food
Yeah, it
Farms
was a
and
blast.
Chefs.
Hope you can
Yeah,
make it out.
I hope so too.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
All right.
After this break, we will be right back with another segment.
All right.
Hi, and welcome back to Food Farms and Chefs. And I am very happy to have Shayna Menudo join us. She is the proud owner of Hold My Knots, which I saw online and absolutely had to have on the show because it just looked so good.
Thank
So Shayna, welcome to Food Farms and Chefs.
thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited.
Now, I don't know if you got to listen to any of the past episodes, but just to like kind of give you an idea of what we do. But I always go into people's history of like how they got into the culinary industry. You, of course, you have a family history in it. So without really delving into that, how did you get involved? How did your family kind of get involved? In what generation are you?
Yeah, of course. So my great grandparents are actually from Italy, and my grandparents are from here, but they all have the Italian roots and everything. So my dad, growing up, kind of inherited all of those different aspects of everything, and he kind of instilled it in us on how to like prepare foods and different things like that. So growing up, my dad had a pizzeria, and all in elementary school, middle school, high school. We all worked the restaurant business, stuff like that. We were learning the different recipes and everything. So we got to learn all of that. And then after I graduated from college, I realized I wanted to be in the restaurant business. I wanted to do food trucks. I wanted to do street fairs. I wanted to do every aspect of it. I just loved everything. Especially social media was so crazy with now the times and stuff. I was like, I need to get into that.
Yeah.
So I actually left my dad's restaurant and I opened up my own restaurant called Hold My Knots.
Perfect. Now, I think that when you actually initially started Hold My Knots, the concept of it was, from what I read, was something that your father had come up with, because it was like, oh, we can put anything on it, because it is a thick, well, depending on what kind of size garlic knot you create,
Yeah.
it can be small, or it can be, a little bit on the larger side. And you guys, your father turned it into something where I think he stuffed it with other
Yeah.
ingredients.
Yeah, so for sure. So we actually, while growing up and stuff, we started doing the garlic knot sliders, and that's where it was born at my father's restaurant and stuff. So I took it to the next level where we started doing street fairs and everything like that. And then we had an opportunity to actually open up in Manhattan. So my dad was a silent partner, and actually me and my boyfriend at the time, we actually came in together and we just the Hold My Knots was born. So we were inside of the Gansevoort Market, which was in the meatpacking district, and we stuffed all different sliders. I mean, tried a little bit of everything. I mean, we did shrimp parm sliders. We did a special event where we did fried calamari in a garlic knot slider. We do anything you could think of, we could put in a garlic knot. We do oversized garlic knots. So everyone's used to the traditional small little garlic knots you get at a pizza shop, but
Yeah.
ours are double the size. 3 is equivalent to a little more than a full size sandwich. So they're nice and filling and stuff. So they're not the traditional little garlic knot that everyone always expects when you go to the restaurant.
Yeah. So you're saying they're like a sandwich. Now, are we talking about like our tour? You're up north a little bit further, so I'm gonna say torpedo roll, um, versus hoagie roll, which is down here. I grew up in Connecticut, so we went with torpedo. But but I know, like, okay, so is it like a can size kind of garlic knot, or is it like a little
So
bit?
each garlic knot is about this big.
Oh, okay. So
So
that's
that's
like
each
your
garlic knot.
two,
So it's
your for the people that are just listening at home, that is, put your thumb and pointer finger together in a circle, and that's how big she was showing.
perfect. Exactly. So it's a lot bigger. So everyone's like, "Oh, well, how many do I need? Do I need 6 or 7 just because it's a garlic knot?" And we always tell them like, "No, no, no, like you don't understand. Like these are garlic knot sliders. Like they're not your traditional garlic knots. We take them and we brought them to the next level and stuff. So 3 will fill you up."
Yeah. And okay, so you said that you create anything. Now, is this something where if somebody wanted to like have a catered event, and they wanted to have, like, they came up with some crazy concoction of like, hey, I really love your garlic nut sliders. Can you do this with it? Can they, customize it?
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, for private event, when you come into the restaurant, it's a little tough now to be able to, because we since then we've actually moved. My husband now, we actually moved into a space in Bergen County, New Jersey. So now we have a full restaurant compared to we were just in a tiny booth, a 10 by 10 spot. Now we have a
Yeah.
full restaurant, a gigantic dining room and stuff. So it's nice and it's a lot more cozier and stuff. So basically, you could come in and it's a little hard to tell people, all right, can I just make a crazy concoction? But if it's for a private catering event, we're more than happy to come up with something crazy with you. I mean, we also specialize in these crazy pizzas. We're known for these garlic knot crust pizzas.
Okay.
So each pie is an 18-inch pie, and we have about 50 something garlic knots around the crust.
Oh, wow.
Now you can build your own pizzas.
Time
So
out. Can I time you out for a second? That's like a carb lover's dream.
100%. So I mean, you can build your own pizza, and I'm telling you, people do not hold back.
Yeah.
So you can put anything on a pizza. So people they do all on one. So it's like you'll get penny vodka, you'll get with tater tots, and they want fried pickles on it as well, and fried raviolis, and mozzarella sticks, and chicken. And you're just like, you can eat that? Like this pie weighs like 20 pounds. Like I just, are you sure? And I mean, now with social media too, it's just who can build the craziest pie. And
Yeah.
then each time we post it, it goes viral where everyone's like, I need that pie. So they'll come in with their phone and be like, do you mind? Can I get that pie? They have no idea what's even on it, but they want it because they've seen it and it looks good and that's what they want.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I probably like usually I do this off air, but like I think it would be really fun if you did something where it was like you know, had somebody like or even like prior pies that were invented, you know, utilizing the garlic knots, like
Yeah.
invent your craziest pie and then people can vote like or at least like write it out. And then people can vote on it and maybe make it a like contest slash special, like, you
Oh,
know.
100%. That's an amazing idea. No, for sure. We definitely could do something like that because I mean, what people ask for is insane. And after you're like, are you sure you want it? After you take the phone call and you're like, really? And then you get it and you're like, oh, this is what they wanted. I get
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know anybody who doesn't love pizza. Like, I'm sorry, across the board,
it.
like every single person I know loves pizza. And I think you also have a gluten-free option as well.
We do. We do offer gluten free. So our it's a little tough to do the whole menu as a gluten free just because we
Yeah.
use so much flour with the garlic knots and everything. But we do also offer personal pizzas. They're 12 inches, and we can make it gluten free. So we're not able to do every topping we have for a large pizza, but we can work with you to do something to make it fit for everyone.
Yeah. And I don't know if you know this or like again this is off topic, but like there's another guest that I had on the show and she actually created a gluten-free flour that's like FLWR flour. So I don't know if that helps you at all, but like feel
No, I'm
free to
definitely
like
going to take note of that for sure. Thank you.
yeah.
We're
Cuz
always
I'm
looking
like
to expand to like open up for all of our customer base because I nowadays there's so many people that are gluten free
yeah.
where it's just so tough and everything. I mean, we also are very crazy with allergies and stuff. I have a severe nut allergy. So we're 100% nut free. We have two
Oh
food trucks
wow.
as well.
Yeah.
So we actually don't allow any peanuts or traces of nuts even on our food trucks and stuff. So we specialize in that, being able to accommodate working with the different schools and stuff to be able to help with allergies and everything.
So just out of curiosity, do you did you nix like pesto or did you like adhere
We
to
don't
like
do pesto.
okay. I was
As
like,
much as we'd love to do a pesto like type slider with like a fresh mozzarella, roasted pepper, some pesto
yeah,
on top, we just stay away from it just because of the peanuts and everything.
oh pine nuts, but yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I'm like, I mean, I guess you could technically utilize like a pesto, just omit any of the nuts, like, and then
You
if
can do it without. I mean, there it is, it just doesn't taste the same.
yeah,
So
I know.
everyone's just like, I get it, it's nut free, and then you could always have something like that. So we just exit completely. We're like, you know what? That's not what we do.
Yeah. So what's since we are on that topic of like the crazy pizza, like what is the craziest pizza to like to your memory right now that you had outside of because you I know you mentioned like mozzarella sticks and penne
Yeah.
pasta, fried ravioli and stuff like that, but I'm like, what is the craziest like pizza that you know that you've come across?
Sure. So we've actually done a pizza. This guy, he was having his daughter's birthday party and was like, my daughter loves social media. I don't care how it tastes. I just want the craziest pizza you can do. And we're
Yeah.
like, okay, we can do this, and it's even gonna taste good. I can promise you that. So they had it was a garlic nut crust pizza. It was
Mm-hmm.
penny vodka, mozzarella sticks, fried raviolis, tater tots, fried pickles. There's more.
How do you even pick that up?
Philly cheesesteak
Oh,
with the steak, cheese, peppers, onions. We had our sauce. They also had bacon on it. They had meatball on it. And then they topped it off because that wasn't enough. They topped it off with a giant Bavarian style pretzel right in the center.
wow. So how do
The pie weighed about 20 pounds. I mean, it was insane. We're like, I don't know how we can even cut this. I mean, because he was like, oh, could we let's figure this out, whatever. So I mean, we didn't cut the pretzel in the front in the center just because I mean for the photo and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
But it was cool where they actually said that when they came home, they actually tore the pretzel apart and kind of used it as a dip for
Okay.
the other toppings and stuff. So I was like, okay, perfect, because I wasn't sure how that was all gonna work out and
Right, and,
stuff.
like, did you, like, segment it, or was it all just, like,
We
congealed on
just
top?
did layer by layer by layer, and then we just like sprinkled some tater tots on top. We're like, all right, we can do it. Throw some onion rings on there and stuff. We're like, all right, we got this.
Because I'm almost thinking, like, a crazy pie like that, you would have to either make it deep dish or and, like, kinda, like, do a
We
first
have to cook it
sear.
a lot. Well, that's the thing. Like, we can't make it thin crust for sure.
Yeah,
And also, we have to cook it more well done compared to our normal pizzas, just because when you lift it up, it's going to fall apart if it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
So, stuff like that. But I mean, honestly, the guy said it was great and they cut it perfectly and they brought it home and the daughter had a ball with it.
Yeah. I have to say that recently I had a slice of a taco pizza, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I did something, it would probably be like a taco pizza because I was like, ooh, because like I never thought lettuce on top of a pizza, but the place that I went to put like, obviously the grilled meat, the cheeses, the salt, like the
And they
pico,
add
like
the lettuce afterwards?
yeah. And so there was
Perfect.
shredded lettuce. And I was like, I was not thinking that this was going to turn. I was like, this is either going to be really good or really bad. And I was like, it was so good.
Honestly, it's like the way you can do things and stuff, it's awesome. Like a taco pizza, you can't go wrong. Even like putting like slices of avocado on top if you like it and stuff.
Yeah.
The whole point is to do those toppings afterwards, after everything's cooked, just
Yeah.
because no one wants warm lettuce on a pizza.
Exactly. Now, because you have other things other than the pizza and the garlic knots that are available for purchase too. I think I saw wings and you had a pizza dessert and that
Yeah,
like for me, like pizza in general is just across the board really good, including the dessert pizzas. I've had dessert pizza one other time at some place and it was drizzled with like a lot of Nutella,
for
um,
sure.
which I was not mad at. And but I think I saw yours had a lot of powdered sugar on it too.
Yeah, so since we are nut free, we stay away from the Nutella. So
Of
what we
course.
do is we basically do s'mores with Oreos with
Okay.
powdered sugar and chocolate syrup on top of a pizza dough.
Perfect. Oh, and I was gonna say, I was like, and I was like, never mind, that's nuts.
That's the thing. A lot of people are always like, "All right, we'll get the Nutella pizza." And we're like, "No, no, no, no Nutella, just regular and stuff like that." Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure that it's still good. Like maybe add some salted caramel on top of it.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong
Ah,
with that.
obviously. Now, do you guys do milkshakes or anything like that too? Because I
Yeah.
feel yeah, I feel like a
So we
pizza joint.
actually Yeah, go ahead. No, no, we actually started this new brand. It's called Shake It Up Desserts. We actually offered it on one of our food trucks as well. So basically, we take a classic milkshake, we decorate the brim so you can get strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate, and we
Mhm.
put a giant piece of cake on afterwards, right
Oh,
on top of the cake.
so this is like one of the like Instagrammable kind of like situations.
Almost everything we have at our restaurant is Instagrammable. That was our whole goal with like fitting in with the new trends and stuff like that. So like our goal was you can bring it home or even eat in and you're just taking a picture. Always the phone eats first.
Yeah. And I want to throw back to the fact that you started in New York City's Manhattan, meat packing district.
Yes.
But you moved to Hillsdale, New Jersey, which I think is just across the bridge.
Yeah, it's right across the bridge and stuff. It's in Bergen County. We originally started out in Manhattan. 2 weeks after we opened, we actually were featured on Insider Foods,
Oh,
and it blew our business up. I mean, we went into the city with no name brand. We just were me and Jimmy doing it. So we're like, all right, what are we doing? Nervous. Are we like even gonna sell 50 sliders a day? Like, what do we do? We're on the ride home after signing our contract. We're like, what did we get ourselves into? Like, I don't know anything. We're good. But 2 weeks after, we were reached out by Insider Foods and the business blew up. The video went viral. It had over 16 million views. And we were getting people from all over the world. We were
oh
getting
wow.
someone from England. They came over and they came to the market and they were like, I just want to let you know, like, we came here to New York for two reasons. We came to see the Statue of Liberty and to eat a garlic knot slider.
I love it. I love that kind of stuff.
So
Because
honestly,
like
that was like a cool moment for us. We were just like, okay, we're really doing this. It's working out. We're good.
yeah. So you've been in business for a while now at this point. But and like obviously still like booming. Moving forward, like is there any kind of, new locations that you're opening up or a third food truck or anything that you have
Yeah.
that you want to brag about?
Yeah, for sure. So we are looking to expand. We're looking to expand with the food truck business. So we're looking into franchising now. So that opportunity is opened. We are looking to actually get another food truck to make it number three. We do a ton of food truck festivals. We do a lot of actually after party weddings. So we do our branding is tying the knot with hold my knot. So at the end of the wedding, we come right in and we serve to your guests and stuff as the favor now. So it's really cool working with all these different groups. We do a ton of street fairs. We do long festivals, which are 4-day festivals. So we have a huge schedule coming up for this summer. A
Okay.
ton of festivals every weekend. We do private corporate events during the week. This coming weekend, we're going to be in Garfield, New Jersey. We're going to be at the Kramis Park Mall a bunch of times this summer. So we just travel around all around New Jersey. And we are hopefully this summer at the end going to be branching out to Pennsylvania with food trucks.
Ooh, exciting. I know
Yes.
a lot of Pennsylvania people, including myself, because I spend a lot of time in PA. Um, we'll look forward to coming across. And just so you know, we have a thing called roaming hunger. I think that's actually whole
Yes.
yeah. So I'm like, pop that up so that people know, and that's
For sure.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I'm excited for all of that to happen. I'm excited to see your food truck empire expand. Uh,
Thank you.
is there any chance that you're gonna move, like, do anything in New York as well? Because we do have a listening, because you are right over the bridge. That is where you started. I don't know if you would move back into that or not.
So we have been giving a few opportunities. When COVID hit, we were right before COVID hit. Actually, we were looking to get right back into the city at another market. And with COVID, the city shutting down completely, it just wasn't the right time for us. So we just were like, let's just stay in the Bergen County area right now. This is what we're familiar with. This is what we're good. This is what's going. We are potentially within the next year or so. We are looking into ghost kitchens. There
Okay.
is actually one that just opened up in Times Square. So we are on the list. So we're hopefully going to make an announcement very soon that everything goes well and we'll be back in Manhattan.
Oh, I'm excited for you for that too, because New York is a huge foodie town.
We love New York. There's nothing like Manhattan.
Yeah. So New York and PA and New Jersey, you're hitting the trifecta.
Exactly. That's our goal.
And unfortunately, we are running out of time. So let our listeners know where to find you online and in person.
Of course. So in person, we are located at 134 Broadway in Hillsdale, New Jersey. We're right in Bergen County. We have a standalone location called Hold My Knots, and you can catch us on Facebook at Hold My Knots or Instagram at Hold My Knots.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Shayna.
Thank you so much. This was so fun.
It really was. And we will be right back after this short break. Hi, and welcome back to Food Farms and Chefs. And I am very excited because it is a part of the family at this point in time from the Fearless Restaurants group. Lee Leong, who is the regional general manager of Fearless Restaurant Group. Lee, welcome to Food Farms and Chefs.
Thank you so much for having me on.
So I know that you're a little bit nervous, and that's fine. Everybody gets nervous. I get nervous. But why don't you let our listeners know a little bit about your history? Where did you study? How did you get into the culinary world? And what brought you to it? Because I feel like food is a universal, like, thing that just brings everybody together. So it's just a natural inclination, but I'm talking too much.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, I like, this kind of interview is a little bit out of my wheelhouse because I like to be behind the scenes kind of person. I've always been that way. I let somebody else get on the TV screen or interviews normally. But I don't think there's any one point in time where I decided I was going to be in the restaurant business. But I did grow up in one. My grandmother, who was an immigrant, she had come to this country when my grandfather, he was a Chinese doctor that the Christian missionaries had recruited to come here. And she had a family of 3 sons and we were poor and she had to figure out a way to make money. So in the 1940s, she decided to open up a coffee shop at 76 Mott Street. It's still there this day. She doesn't own it. I think it's changed hands a couple of times. And then from there, she segued into a full service Chinese American restaurant, which I practically grew up in. We had our family dinners there. We were open Thanksgiving. We were open Christmas. The police officers came in. We did our homework there. We got our snacks there. So I pretty much lived in a restaurant all my life. But I think the point where my career started taking off was I think I was at Seasons 52. I was recruited by Darden to open up the new King of Prussia Seasons 52. So that was a huge learning experience for me, working for a superstructure company in the hospitality business. They gave me a lot of structure.
Yeah. And I feel like across the board, a lot of people who are in this industry, like, there's a good majority that when they grew up in the restaurant business, like when their family has owned a restaurant or some sort of type of involvement with restaurants, they there's a lot of them that mentioned in their childhood that they spend a lot of time in that place. And I've even been in a situation where there's, Vietnamese restaurant that I used to frequent before it unfortunately had to close down, where they brought their little girl. And I was there so often that she would sit with me and like, we would play. It was really, really cute. And she, eventually, like down the line, she started doing her homework. So it's very cool and it's always interesting to hear when somebody, grew up in that situation.
I think our parents, since they were immigrants, they sent us off to college and expected us to do all the other things. My grandmother wanted me, who is probably my hugest mentor. My grandmother, she was an immigrant, came to this country, made her way, figured out how to support her family. Looking back in hindsight, she had bought a house in Bradley Beach, she had bought a house in Florida, she bought a house in Staten Island. So in her world and her being so avant-garde, I think she was really successful in her own right, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right. But she had preached me, because you got to be a doctor, you got to be a lawyer. They sent us off to college not to be in the restaurant business, and
Yeah.
here we are. Wound up at Drexel. Kind of, got that part-time job in a restaurant, and then here we are, a few years
Yeah.
later.
And the thing is there's so many different aspects inside the restaurant world that, there's avenues for you to walk down where you're not, behind the scenes in the kitchen or in the, like as a hostess or whatnot. There's so many other opportunities
Mhm.
that are available and you found them. And almost like from what you explained, like from the get-go, like a large, company, environment. So through probably several different career opportunity changes, you're now at Fearless Restaurants,
Mhm.
and they have several different brands under their umbrella. And I am excited because there's a lot of stuff always going on at White Dog Cafe, at Daddy-O's. I know that you know what, I don't want to do your job. I know I can talk and talk and talk, and Jamie,
It's
who,
okay.
yeah.
So I am a regional general manager. I oversee 3 properties now, with our newest one just on board. Autograph has been there for almost 9 years. I think we're going to be on our 10th anniversary this upcoming year.
Yay.
Rosalie is probably we opened in COVID, we closed in COVID, we opened in COVID, and we opened again. So that anniversary is a little bit skewed, but we're in our second and a half, third year there. Just recently, we did our first event at Triple Crown Events, which is located at the Radnor Hotel. The rooms I'm sitting in right now, you can see behind me the thousands of plates that we've collected. The decor in here is just so beautiful. So that's just got on my plate. So that's 3 properties I oversee. This one is especially close to home because it's the event business, and we're doing a lot of weddings, big events, private events, and that's my wheelhouse, events. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
where I should be.
I'm gonna jump off of that then, because you guys had, as you had mentioned, your first event that, which I think is the Derby Fashion Show, or is that?
That's coming up this Wednesday. It's dressing for Derby Day. We've partnered with a local, very, very iconic local retailer that does evening wear and bridal gowns. We're having a fashion show for the Derby. The runways in the event rooms. We'll have models strut their stuff. We'll be serving lunch throughout the whole thing. So it's a great event. It is sold out now.
Yeah,
But it's gonna have some great results from it.
I'm sure it will, because and the fun part of the Derby is that there's, very bright colors with pronounced hats.
The big hats.
Yes, the big hats. So just out of curiosity, are people going to be able to purchase some of the outfits and the hats that are available?
I think so. I think the retailer has a boutique located in Malvern, so it'll be very accessible. I think this is a way, and the milliner, the lady who's doing all the hats and everything, she will be here as well. So yes, it's all for purchase.
Yeah.
Even
And
our
now,
rooms.
exactly. And now I know that the follow through, you have a Derby celebration or a Derby party. It's happening at the at Rosalie.
Rosalie, it's on at Rosalie, our restaurant that's located at the Wayne Hotel. Has a beautiful portico that's absolutely gorgeous on a beautiful day. You know, we serve lunch out there and dinner every evening. We'll be doing the Derby Day in part of our lobby of the old hotel and on the portico where it should be. So if you're driving by on Lancaster Avenue, I'm sure you'll see all the big hats.
Yeah.
It's
And
it's on May 4th, Saturday, the day of the Kentucky Derby.
now, is that something where you buy tickets and there's like
Yes.
a set menu that people sit down like and come to, and almost like a wedding where you like kind of check off like what you
Yeah.
want to eat and
We
everything?
we have tickets available for Derby Day. There's still tickets available on Eventbrite. You can Google it, go to our Facebook page or our Instagram page, and you'll see a link. They'll take you right to Eventbrite to purchase tickets. Chef is preparing a whole seafood bar and a lot of good traditional Kentucky Derby flavors. And everything, and it'll be a lot of mingling, a lot of mint juleps walking around. So it'll be a fun day.
I was gonna say you have to mention mint juleps because
Mint
that's
juleps,
like
yeah.
the iconic Derby Day drink. And so like that, and that's exciting. Now, are you connecting with any particular brands that are going to be offered for creating the mint julep?
Maker's Mark is sponsoring our Derby Day event at the Rosalie. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And that's
they've been a great partner for us. They've done it for the last 3 years. This is our third annual Derby Day. So it's become a tradition for us at Rosalie.
Of course. And I mean, I feel like horses and dogs kind of like go together. So considering like a lot of the brand Fearless is like pet friendly, that kind of coincides with everything, that you guys stand for, is being supportive of the community, being supportive of fun events, and making sure that people have an enjoyable time. I don't think I've ever gone to any of the Fearless restaurant locations and not enjoyed myself.
Well, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Make sure
And
you text me next time you're in.
of course I will. Now that I have your number too.
Yes.
So, off of that, like just on a regular menu basis, what are some of the things that people can look forward to when they go to Rosalie, or like what, or autograph uh hotel, like the autograph restaurant, sorry.
Well, right now, currently the chefs, our executive chefs, are featuring their spring menu. There's some beautiful items on there. At Autograph, we have pan-seared salmon with a spring set. So every menu change, you get the typical. You have a salmon, you have a sea bass, but we also set that up with the most local, freshest, ingredients. That's seasonal, meaning good in that season. So the menu at Autograph is really showing well. The guests are really loving the new spring menu. Um, at Rosalie, we're also featuring a lot of different things as well. There, same premise, seasonal ingredients with the beautiful pan-seared scallops that we are featuring right now for the spring at Rosalie. And scallops have been scarce recently because, unfortunately, the food costs has gone up on some of these really loved items, and sometimes it makes it unaffordable to feature. But we've brought scallops back onto our menu at Rosalie, and it's going out the door. So everybody's really enjoying it. We
And
sold so many on Saturday. Yes.
I mean, I love scallops, so I would probably be like right up there with like, I'd probably want to order like two plates of it.
Yes. Because 5 pieces is never enough, or 6 pieces is never enough. You just want to eat more of them, right?
I mean, well, it stops you though. It cut like, because when you eat a protein, like it actually fills you up far faster than you actually think. So you do get full, but I mean, just the greedy side of it, it tastes so good.
It's so good. Yeah. With that little
Um,
caramelization and the sear, that's always great. Yeah.
yeah. And and done perfectly, like as you said, had mentioned, when the sear is perfect, and like just the flavors that surround it, because putting it on a bed of either risotto or like a bright salad, or pairing it with a bright salad, like you can do so much with seared scallops. But sorry, I I digress. One of the things that I love about like the changes of the menu at each venue is the fact that spring, spring is sprung. Like the menu now is brighter, it's lighter, it has,
Mhm.
yeah, it has like bringing in more of this, like, sorry, more of the citrusy things.
Mhm.
As you had mentioned, the salmon, I love salmon. It's a perfect fish. And then of course, there's always your chicken options and your vegan options. So, but what are some of the beverages that, that you guys might have, seasonally changing?
Right now well, you cannot take the espresso martini off anybody's list. It has to stay on whether it's spring, winter, or fall, right?
Yeah.
Our espresso martinis at Autograph and Rosalie are stellar. Um, our bartenders are very crafty, and I know that's corny to say, but you know how you make an espresso martini, if you shake it a lot, it kind of has that crema at top, just like an espresso. Well, that's what our espresso martini tastes and looks like. It tastes as good as it looks. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. Featuring some strawberry spritzes because they're coming into season, like a strawberry Aperol spritz.
Yeah.
We have a Rosalie is very popular. We have our smoking Sazerac at Autograph. That's always a traditional classic at Autograph. Bourbon tends to be the favorite at Autograph, and the Aperol spritzes tend to be the favorite at Rosalie.
I mean, I feel like it's appropriate because I feel like Rosalie is more of a springy, lighty area, to go to for that. Um, I will say that there was one time that I went to, I don't know which location, like who had it, but there was a honey, almost like a Arnold Palmer, but like with honey and iced
Wow,
tea, and I can't remember
that
what
sounds
else.
like a white dog.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it
that
was a
sounds like
white
a
dog.
white dog cocktail to me. Yeah,
And but it was so, so good. It was perfect for the spring. So
yeah.
I don't know if that, if that would
Well,
cross over for you guys, or if you have
I
any like,
think sometimes like less ingredients, but the right ingredients are the better way to go. It's all natural. Like the honey's lovely uh, with the lemonade instead of your bad sugars.
of course, yeah. And I know everybody's trending like healthier, especially they want, that's that perfect swimsuit body. Which I don't.
We do feature some really great, and I don't know anybody is interested at all because our zero proof cocktails at Rosalie. We some lovely selections. We make a no-grony, little pun on
Okay.
words. It's made with zero proof cocktails. These cocktails, these liquors are distilled and the liquor's extracted out of them. So
Yeah.
they are non-alcoholic, basically. But we
Yeah.
still make them with the freshest ingredients. Pretty popular, especially for the pregnant mom or somebody decides that they just don't feel like drinking that evening. So we have that as an offering at both restaurants.
Yeah. The zero proof cocktails and like the mocktails are always like a good choice too. Just because you can, drink that beverage and, enjoy yourself at and not have to worry about driving or not have
Mhm,
to worry, as you said, if you're pregnant.
mhm.
Um like and
Still
it's kid
having you're still having that cocktail and you're part of the social and the experience.
exactly.
And they've become very popular, I think.
They are very popular.
Mhm,
And something that I always look forward to because a lot of time I have like a limit, like I'll do like one or two
mhm.
cocktails that are not zero proof. But that's my cap. So like anything after that is going to be zero proof. And it's a lovely thing because it used to be I'm just gonna have water, but now I can have
Yes.
something exactly. Now I can have
Something
something
a
where
little
I'm
more exotic.
yes. And I love that. I love mocktails and zero proof which is zero proof cocktails.
Mhm.
Now moving forward outside of the Derby, in our last minute, do we have anything else that we want to plug or is there anything
Just get really excited. We have so many new restaurants coming down the road in our future. Triple Crown, the event space is now open. Triple Crown, the restaurant is going to be coming soon because this is just phase one of us taking over the Radnor Hotel. Testarossa, which has been announced already, is opening soon as well in Glen Mills. We also have White Dog in Chester County, which is coming soon as well. So there's a lot of excitement going on here. So we're gonna be busy bees for the next couple of years, I think.
Yes, you will, but it's very exciting. Now, before I let you go, where can people find the restaurant group so that they can kind of get directed to the different locations and options?
The best landing page is fearlessrestaurants.com. If you go there, Fearless Restaurants, plural on the restaurants, as an S at the end, restaurants. People always forget that S, .com. It will link you to all our restaurants, that all the concepts are there. And then that will take you to the individual websites as well.
All right, Lee, thank you so much for joining us on Food
Maris, was a
Farms.
pleasure. How
All
did I
right,
do?
you did great.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for everything. Now, text me when you come in.
All right, thank you.